I think the fact that this is a question, right, as to, like how it might affect Amazon Prime is, kind of again, just reiterating what we've been talking about here today is part of the issue with the bill as it's currently framed, right? There's so much uncertainty as to what will be allowed and what won't. And again, one of the things I mentioned earlier, right? A lot of this, especially, in these spaces where they're new products or services, they're building out different things, smartphones didn't exist 15 years ago. And there's just a lot of change. And again, competition and innovation are not linear. So it's really hard to predict. I think it's hard to say with any like real certainty, right? Like what is actually going to be illegal and what kind of experimentation might or might not come to fruition or, might or might not be problematic under the antitrust laws. I think, I've heard a lot of speculation that, Amazon Prime might not be lawful, under the current advisements, but some, that like it might be. And I just think, that's part of, the potential frustration here. And again, in terms of rent seeking and locus of power and who's going to actually be making the decisions, I think, if you're putting this out there in the world with a lot of uncertainty, you're inviting a lot of resources to be spent trying to figure it out for better or for worse. That might include, the agencies who might be, really trying to do what's best for consumers, but it might also include a lot of competitors to Amazon who, have their own interests in, making their products more available, even if they're more expensive to consumers. So I think, and that's all, again, just kind of a lot of resources being potentially spent in, figuring these antitrust issues out. They could be better served elsewhere, maybe not so many lawyers.